I don't believe that along the way that any of the experiences that I've had have defined me. I've not allowed them to define me. I have allowed them to shape me, and I have moved in and around with them and directly through them in absolute clarity and understanding that these experiences are to be alchemized, that in my demise, at every step of the way, I have planted seeds for my growth, unconsciously initially, but now consciously. And I sit in a place of extreme fortune and gratitude and blessings every day, and navigating what has been the most difficult season in my life. And also, by all accounts, all historical ancestral accounts from where I've come from, should have been my demise, and it has been my awakening. And the reason that I do the work that I do today is from when that first initiation, when those first experiences of violence and abuse from childhood became prevalent and came to the forefront in my early adulthood, in my late teens, early adulthood, I chose to dig in, and I chose to use the resources that I had for myself, which were very limited and have always been quite limited. And I started to study. When my mother died and my whole life flipped on an axis, I studied. I went and I learned about my body. I went and I learned aromatherapy, massage, energy healing, Reiki. I immersed myself in understanding my physiological self through anatomy and physiology, my energetic self, my emotional self, and how they all interconnected and how they actually impacted each other. And then through mothering and bringing 5 children through and forging my own pathway in parenting and mothering in ways that my mother never could and never had the resources to do so. And then moving away from a toxic relationship and creating a life that I'd always wanted for myself, that I always wanted for my little one, but I also wanted for my children, and creating that life now 4 years in, and creating community in and around to hold and support us, and learning embodiment, learning yogini practices, learning somatic therapy, being a qualified somatic therapist, and now studying to be a psychotherapist. And all of these initiations, all of these thresholds, all of these contexts and experiences I have alchemized in order to bring more light, more love, more connection, more autonomy, sovereignty, independence, self-compassion, understanding, more light. Where it could have brought me really deep into my dark and I could have stayed there, it has allowed me to anchor both myself in the light and the dark, in all aspects of myself, and ride through each threshold, ride through each storm, through each initiation, right through the guts of the fire, in order for myself to be reforged, to rise.